first half is split. They have the capacity to come in and just shut it down. But it's a different task now as we come on to Haven. Comfort for both. And we talked about the agent select over on the desk. Comfort picks, the value thereof it. Like Navera, he's trying to play around the smoke, catch the little angle. But FPX are not set on this. That's actually a fake on C. They want the aggression on A so they can come and punish it with Artis. He's trying to catch the angle here with the Headhunter. I don't think they quite realize how many players are on the other side, though.
Oh, this is in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be caught out already. But in the meantime, they're going to go wrapping back in. Nice shot from Navera. A man always happy to hold before escaping with his rendezvous. You'll see that throughout this game with the operator. He escapes at the very last second. Nonetheless, it is going to be an after plant, but a very difficult one to win.
I mean, they need someone to find some kills quickly, right? You turtle in on the site, you're just going to get destroyed. That's the idea here for FPX. Angel and Sagetsu waiting. The firing squad to catch these players on the way out. Good kill to start with. Follow-up is there as well. He drops down safely behind it. A good little escape route. They've left themselves, and the kills keep on coming. The last player caught behind it. And look, this was an almost impossible and difficult, at the very least, retake or hold. But FPX, well, the post plans, they prevailed.
Well, yeah, I think it almost got made worse by the fact that there was a kill in the mix of there that went in the favor of Liquid, but no. It's just that dirty little crossfire. The worst thing is they even had the information of exactly where the player on top of the wall was, but there was absolutely nothing they could do about it. Just seemingly clearing that angle off the one-way was just an impossibility. And yeah, FPX, they get off to a flying start, and not only by winning the pistol, but winning a pistol they definitely shouldn't have won.
And we're already seeing those early challenges. A long, really being pushed off, and in this round, I don't think there's that much of a surprise. The thing that does shock me is always the willingness of this man to take a Marshall where nobody else would take a Marshall. You know, you think maybe A long, maybe C long, maybe even B, but he's crazy. But he's gone garage. You know, there's a shorty on his team. You know, he could have had a shorty. You know, why not? But no, the flexibility of having a player like this who just has a blatant disregard for his own well-being, like just running into garage with a Marshall, he's crazy. It allows them to keep stacked up like this, and well, even though he's blinded, he's got a shorty. So Dreamus is able to take that kill, and FPX, they're now in a 3v4, Tom. They've got the man disadvantage in this round.
We've seen too many of these already. The struggles of FPX to get through what is mostly pistol rounds, but I don't think they expected a further push to come in on towards this A site. Scream looking if there's a chance for him to try and deny things, and well, by the looks of it, Zipan was almost denied instead. Nade through. Gonna do a little bit of damage and actually force Xiao into a bit of an awkward position. The thing is though, Zipan has a little bit of an angle around the edge of this wall. Any peek out is gonna make things easier for him to find. He's just got to make sure he's not caught without a gun in hand. It seems switching between the two definitely has its risks about it, and they've now comboed a C's of their own, making sure the remaining players are stuck in the mud, and well, trying to get through the gap in this wall is going to be tough.
Yeah, there is not a whole lot of wiggle room there. There's the Han. Yeah, well, it doesn't even get to bloom. Players are already dead. Quickly dealt with. That was incredibly scary for FPX to end up in that position. Because if they lose one more player, it's already a horrendous round. It's not a round loss, but you've lost the round. But now they come in to round 3. A little bit, you know, they still get a little bit of a bonus, having the Guardian, having the Vandals. Team Liquid going to put all their economy on the line. So it's all right.
They've almost got res as well. And that's also the other thing that's hugely valuable when you have a player like Sagetsu is he is going to frag. Like 9 times out of 10, he's going to put up numbers. So you're going to have that res a lot more often than you might necessarily expect. The other thing is this sort of Angel versus Yumpy battle, I think, is probably one of my favorites ever. Just because, to an extent, they are both clinically insane.
In the best possible way. Artist has
And
gone
the worst.
for yeah. Artist went for the sheriff here, alongside the headhunter. A strange backup, but as we said before, you know, you tap up on the body, swing that out, and go for the same, I guess. Oh, revealed up Dreamas. There's the peek and the follow up from Angel. Tom, FPX come in here with a few disadvantages. A Spectre, a Sheriff. But now, if they take the right map control, they can even recover that. They can pick up some weapons. They still have to deal with this man here, but they're avoiding him. Unknowingly, avoiding what would be almost certain death.
Yeah, instead, though, they're facing into Scream, which has its own dangers. Playing a off angle, to say the least. A nasty surprise for the first player in, and he's managed to escape back out of there. Again, always seems to get away with far more than he ever should, but Xiao will be there to wrap back around. Yumpy, it's almost like he's expected within the smoke at this point, and now Soulcast, last man to the party, and, well, he's not fashionably late, he's just late.
Yeah, he's coming at that time where you turn up and all the other guests are looking to shoot you. None of your friends are there. It's very Valorant specific. I wasn't drawing on personal experience there, but it's what I'm seeing. And Solkis, he's got the same vibe. He's out of here. He's made the right call. Not going to overstay his welcome with a bunch of lunatics on the other side. But it is mirror copy hunting him down, in fact. Fade sprinting through the spawn.
He wants to hold on to the fishes and not be swimming with them.
Exactly. But they know exactly where he is. At least they did. They hadn't seen that he came to the site, so he might get the jump on them, and there's a kill. He's actually gotten the reward. Waited for his counterpart to come around the corner and ambushed. A little bit of damage to the economy, but I think it was only if it was the other way around that it becomes very scary.
Well, that's the thing. It was a bonus. So ultimately for FPX, winning that round wasn't really, well, necessary, I guess is the way I'll put it. It's always nice to get a huge boost to your economy, but other than that, it's just now put them in a hugely beneficial financial point. They're also very close to a lot of ultimates, and on the other side of things, you're going to be left with, well, a Marshal for Yumpy, a few pistols, Headhunter, and of course that one rifle for Soulcast, which is going to go walkabouts very early on.
Popping up to say hello. Looks like Artist wasn't too friendly on the other side, though. He's bailed. He's run away. And FPX are happy to give up. That's what? I mean, I don't even think he had an iota that the player was there necessarily. That's just some remarkable crosshair placement on the swing out.
The thing is, it's the same with Yumpy. It's like, I feel like you could easily make like a massive document of all the reasons why Navira should play the Sage in every game. And a lot of them will revolve around the fact that him having an escape mechanism is genuinely unfair for anybody else playing the game. And it's exactly the same for Yumpy, and I'll argue Artist as well. Nonetheless, a great start to the round, and even just the distraction of that Haunt has given a freebie over to Zipan.
Oh,
30 seconds
he's
left.
still being dragged in up onto the wall. He was being strung high.
It's so awesome.
What is that? Oh, that's unreal. I can't help but think, would that even make it over if there was like a Sage wall there or something, potentially at the right angle, still clippy on the other side? That's interesting. I like it. I don't know if that's planned or if it's just landed there. It must be planned.
I don't think, like, to accidentally land a
there's no way.
there, it just seems
no
way
way.
more unlikely than they intentionally did it.
Yeah. You just see poor Solkis just getting dragged up into the air. No! Oh, wow.
That's the thing I've loved about watching different players like find ways to use the Cs. It's like the sort of accidental one that was happening on Split where people could pull people up into the ceiling. It's just like, it's such a cool piece of kit that people have found like really dirty ways to utilize. And I feel like FPX are definitely one of the leaders in my mind of when it comes to Fade. Like, I'll quote it every time, but their Ascent A-site execution is just nasty. Like, and it took like genuine like Fade counters from other teams just to be able to beat it. And in fact, like, we even saw G2 when they pulled it out, just rinse and repeat the same strategy again, because a lot of teams couldn't.
Dude, he's actually, hold on, So like I was joking saying he's being pulled up because I thought
No,
it would.
was.
I thought it would still only apply like a horizontal vector. You know what I mean? I didn't think it would physically be able to drag you up. But yeah, he was like floating in the air, like unable to. Because your accuracy is gone then as well. And the people, even though they've killed someone backside, if you look, you can see a big beam pointing right to where he is. So you're like, there's another one backside? I'm wall banging? Like, that's insane. Nuts. Sulcus, though, getting his revenge this time. They're not managing to make him levitate in quite the same way. And his feet planted on the ground, able to find a kill. It is traded back. This B site's become a battleground very early on in the round, like FPX. They're not committing yet. They've got a trap C long. They're watching A long. This is still slow play. And I think they'll be pretty happy with that skirmish 1-to-1 trading.
Well, especially with Rez. Like, if they settle back into a push onto B, okay, that's the player back. But more importantly, they can still take risks going into this 4v4 and have a player coming back from the fray, which, if anything, will be more beneficial. Interestingly, though, it seems like there's a solid read on the scenario. Like, of course, there's still the quick teleport back to reposition for a B hold, but they've just split the sites, almost abandoned B completely, I guess because of the trap position not being activated. And while FPX, whichever way they go, they're going to push into a pretty nasty setup.
The breach flash. Definitely not the most idyllic of those. What? Zipman's gone flying through. He's actually gotten him, and now the plan's coming in. I don't believe they've gotten this level of success right away. The showstopper, the takedown scream, but he couldn't hear the nade. Oh, Sulcus, he comes close. Got the wide swing out, but the players on the other side a little bit too strong. And a 5th round now looking likely. A good attempt by Liquid here, Tom, but they're a little bit blocked out of this one.
Yeah, almost hoping just to try and get someone on the exit. Not in the right place, unfortunately, but yeah, very well handled. And again, I feel like that's just the value of Zipan when he's playing a more aggressive agent, is you could just see these sort of plays that ultimately when you're around, being able to isolate the player, killing off another at the back of site with a showstopper, and by that point, the rest of his team have got
Team Liquid. I mean, even look at the economy now. It's so shaky. Got an AWP, a Guardian, and Sheriffs. Actually, that's a glass cannon Guardian.
Yeah, I guess Sulcus just relying on the fact that he'll find instant headshots. If there's a kill here, though, he can actually drop this operator over to someone else and play tour de force. Now, in my mind, that's an ideal scenario. Get that into Yumpy's hands and see what you can do, but for now, at least, it seems like that's not the plan. And with the res again, of course, Saigetsu just been farming up all orbs, as he always does. It's not really that much of a detriment in what could have been a very dangerous round.
Oh, here we go. Up and over. Got the height to play on. And it got shot
So
by
good.
Nevera. Managed to just evade them hiding down behind the boxes, and Sulcus uses his haunt to grab a kill, spins around and does the same on B. No flank for FPX this time. And not even a plant yet. A 2 versus 4, a showstopper on the other side for Team Liquid. Rolling Thunder as well. One of those likely to be committed just to guarantee this round. They do not want to let go of this one. In fact, both of them. That's how desperate they are for a win.
Oh, it's already done. Zipan tagged desperately low. They've even got the nade combo alongside the aftershock stun. He's stuck all the way back, and well, Sulcus is going to be there to close out. Big round from him individually. Like I mentioned it, he came into this round with no shields whatsoever. Ends up taking 40 damage, getting 3 kills. But I think it is just that initiation out from Nevera. He's so difficult to play against with this operator in hand. And the fact is, his goal for this round was do some damage. If I die, I've got tour de force. Well, he gets away with both.
I do think on the side of Liquid, it's a big commitment to put in both of those ultis, but yeah, just the cyclical nature of those ults guarantee the round 100%. Now you've got a tour de force to back up on. You're gonna have a nightmare soon, and with the way Scream's been playing, that showstopper on by next round, he's been looking good for Team Liquid in some of these duels, some closer rounds here and there. That is one of the worst starts they've had, though. The C site taken, and all it took was a haunt.
Yeah, just a solid piece of utility. Xiao once again causing issues. Okay. He's gonna get pushed off the plant.
That was his own blast back, by the way.
Yeah. Still one hell of a rotation to try and come through and just caught both players sectioned off. Psych, where did he turn around? He turned around and killed Yumpy. Okay. I saw a kill onto Yumpy and I was like, there's no way he's just killed him doing that. But even still just waiting. Nice work from Dreamass. Angel instantly gonna respond though. And while Scream, his position is known, even still though, he might be able to get something here.
Yeah, while he's still hit by that, he's just swinging out wide, pre-firing the angle. He's like, I don't need to see, I don't need to hear, I don't need to do anything. I'm just gonna kill this guy. 6-1 though. FPX steaming right back into the lead, Tom. Things are a little bit spooky because, yeah, you've got the Tour de Force online for Team Liquid, but Artis has got that to respond with, plus the operator. And right now on that attack, there's been very little in terms of issues that they're running up against. Yumpy, I'm only noticing now, he's gone 007. It's a rough start for your seaside anchor. What a shot, Navarro.
He's been I say difference maker, but the only round that they've won was basically down to his openers. And once again, Tour de Force in his hands, it just looks ever deadly. So lightning fast on these jaws. He's going to go back for another
spike down mid.
Spike drop to the deck, and well, they're going to have to just try and smoke him off. But in fact, Navarro is still playing forward. I'd assume as well that he now once again has the ability to teleport out, Mitch.
Fairly soon he will. At the very least. Oh, okay. On the way through here, Artis is in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I was going to say, if he stepped past that TP line, he might be dead. Luckily, he's able to make it back. Regroup with his teammates, even still a tough round ahead. And, well, that's a big risk by Angel. He's made it through. He's made it through, and he's here in the steps. Okay, they're actually checking for it, and they've dealt with him so goddamn perfectly. He thought he was making a play. I think we all thought he was making a play, but Team Liquid, they knew it was under control.
Yeah, they heard the TP back, and well, clearly Dreamass communicated well. Second round on the board. Again, I felt like a lot of this thus far is coming down to the likes of Navarro just being able to get so aggressive on this chamber. Of course, Soulcast played a big part in the round before, but I am starting to worry a little bit that some of the other pieces currently online for Liquid are just not quite there. They're not performing to the standard that we need to see from them if they're going to win this map. Bear in mind, last time FPX played this, they got 9 rounds defense.
I mean, it's now or never. That's it for Team Liquid. They've had these openings.
Nice.
They've looked great, but it's been Navarro alone again and again, able to find kill after kill. This time he's got backup. Both of them make it out. 5v3. I mean, tossing this one away would be tough. We've got Navarro on the operator just zoned in. And soon enough, he's going to have his teleport back online to come out of heaven in towards spawn. In fact, he's already got it up.
Yeah, I feel like at the moment, there needs to be more coming out of the likes of Xiao just with the Prowlers. Because he's playing these same aggressive angles so regularly, but ultimately there's been nothing to force him off. Now, unfortunately, you've only got the single flash available from Angel, so I don't think you can be committing that just on an angle and hoping that Navarro is there. But right now, you're just giving this man 1v1 duels over and over again. And eventually, the rest of the team of Liquid are just starting to take liberties.
30 seconds
FPX
left.
haven't been able to deny this man. And, well, the rest of the team are also thriving because of it.
Enemy down.
Oh, the last man standing will try to do something. Even just get those old orbs farmed on up. The wall off. He's wise. Oh, I thought he was going to just tank it, but
yeah,
a nade pulled him off. Okay.
That's a man who believes he can win, Mitch.
That man absolutely is, yeah. Well, fair play.
Yeah,
the only downside is now no res.
Yeah, logically you'd want to try and get the res, but I guess maybe didn't believe the other players were anywhere near as close as they were. Still, though, you've got Tour de Force, you've got Nightfall, you've got a res and a showstopper very, very close. This may not be a round that's good for FPX financially, but I can definitely understand a little bit more investment into a round like this because it's one they could definitely win.
Yeah, it's worth that little bit to just boost your chances up. like 800% odds. You gotta take it. We know that these guys, immortal or higher, they've got the aim. They've got the skills. As they look in towards the A site, they've got a lot of players to take down because Team Liquid have heard them coming. They've rotated everybody in. 4 on the site, ready to stop this. Paranoia is on point. That slows down the long push, allows more of them to filter through. In fact, the entirety of Team Liquid has now joined the A site. This is not Haven. It's not a big map. Hasn't got 3 options to go to. It's just one little battleground, and well, we have come to a little bit of a stalemate. The spike's down in the open, and FPX have practically no chance of taking this across the line. 4th found for Liquid, and they're doing exactly what we needed them to do. Building and keep it up, doesn't matter. And Team Liquid, sure, they've looked good last couple of rounds. Got to keep it going all the way. Aggressive push down on long. Hello, Navera, able to catch that. Doesn't even have the TP to back up on. Just the sheer level of confidence in play on this man sometimes is unbelievable. And they've got the showstopper. They had planned for that res to go through, canceling it out effectively.
It's also, yeah, it's a position that you're never really going to regress. So I think FPX felt relatively safe from that ground. Now look at the rotation again. The read is sublime from Liquid. They have 3 players within the site that's being attempted already. Zipan is going to drop 1, but he's only going to be able to just about reclaim the spike, and his teammate seems very far away. It's almost as if at this point Liquid are just denying any chance for FPX to set up. They've had all these ults ready, Mitch, but they don't get the chance to use them.
That almost leads into, panic use in the final round, where you're like, well, it's now or never, boys. Might as well just chuck out this rocket, see what it does. Even in a round like this, if they can get a kill, it's justified. You can blitz it towards one side or the other, but they need that kill first. They need a reason to believe that this round is theirs, and well, that reason's just being stripped out of their hands. A Scream comes in for his triple kill. That showstopper won't be coming online this half, so the ult orb's not quite mattering, but it's a 5th secured for Liquid, and that is all they wanted. Rolling Thunder for the final round, close to having that nightmare on as well.
Yeah, I think all in all, just some solid reads and solid denial. But again, it all just springs off how successful Navera's been. Like, he's just been causing absolute nightmares for the side of FPX. And yeah, the buy's not the best. Still, they've got the ultimates that could close the distance, but ultimately, well, at this point, they've not really shown they can do that.
Oh, we got a nade for backside. That's good. That's exactly where they were trying to get the Rolling Thunder down. It's now going to come through, but that's when Angel strikes. They've canceled out that ultimate now. Showstopper, though, coming in, finding a kill as Navera goes down. The space seized, and everything slows. It looks like Angel has an escape route of his own in mind, but he can't get out. Yuppie's caught him. A disaster. As Xiao tries to hold on here, doing what damage he can. Spike hasn't been touched just yet. The Paranoia will land, but they can still ping it up and spray it through. It's not the end of the world, but Team Liquid are using this as a bait. They want to catch the perfect moment to strike. It's in fact diffused halfway already. They need to get on it, and they will. Artis has shut down all 3, saving the round for FPX and giving.
I think Liquid were actually winning.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. You probably would. Certainly not 2 rounds behind. And coming into this pistol, a whole lot of weight on their shoulders. They need to be able to step it up here. I mean, they wanted to be in the lead coming into the half. They can't let FPX run away with it. That nade's going to get the wall out of them, but they'll wait a moment, let the nade pop first, make sure it doesn't get some free damage. So valuable in the pistol. Look at that. They haven't broken it, and it takes so long to break. So many bullets from range that unless you're going to go up there and start knifing away and hacking at it, time to go elsewhere. They've already used I don't believe this. They've got a trap down on A long that hasn't been spotted this whole time. Team Liquid, they haven't cleared it out. And so if this was going to be an A play, if they were going to actually rotate, that trap would be triggered. Otherwise, it's 5 short, which, I mean, fair play if you're going to do that. No one does. So they're actually kind of ready for this. At least a little bit more ready than I think Team Liquid will expect.
Boombot through. It's actually going to be bypassed. The nade is going to do some damage on the exit. What has Yuppie just done? He TP'd directly behind them. It's a bold play, but probably sent panic down the spines of their opposition. Scream is going in for the secondary lurk. Timing here is going to be everything, but even just burning a little bit off the clock could be absolutely everything for the squad. Navira waiting around the edge, but they're wary someone's defusing. Already Scream, he's got it perfect. 1 kill for free. Second kill is actually going to be Navira through the smoke. Oh! And Zipan! He just found absolutely everything.
Don't mess with this Bayana.
I don't know how he won that.
Yeah, just replay it. Yep. Let's. This was so well played off the back of Yumpy.
Easy kill. Navira, I think, got 2 through the smoke.
Oh my
and somehow
God.
Zipan killed Scream, and then turned around and yeah, cool.
That has slightly come out of left field, a little bit.
Slightly. I feel like I've just been hit by a car.
That was absolutely wild.
Whoa.
How do you reset as a team after that? No pause? No pause? I need to pause. You're okay, Team Liquid? I love what Yumpy did, you know, jumping through the smoke, and at that exact time, Scream starts to move into garage because everyone's distracted. Ah, guys, come through the smoke! They're like dealing with him. Scream's like, okay, I'm just gonna sneak on up behind them. Gets the perfect window.
Oh my God, Zipan's just on. He's had enough. He wants to make his way through in towards that second upper bracket game, a game that would send one of these teams to Copenhagen, but Scream's eventually going to put down his counterpart. Now, bear in mind, this time, they don't actually have somebody to pick up that weaponry without losing another gun. It's a slightly heavier investment. I don't really blame FPX after what happened last time they went light on the buy. They're going to want to make sure they get the rifle back at least.
30 seconds left.
This clock's going to run almost all the way down, but it's not going to help Team Liquid out. There's just too many angles to clear, and you saw Sugetsu patiently sitting in the back of the site. Now has support as well, covering his cross. All right, he'd only just gotten there as well. He's going to be so mad. But that plant won't come through. A sprint out of Sugetsu to make sure of it. But good damage done. I think Team Liquid in normal stances, if this is first half and so on, they can be happy with where they're at. But right now, there's no room to sit back and pat yourself on the back. If Team Liquid lose this round, this game it's flown out of their control. They'll have to make another impressive comeback now. After split, maybe we can't doubt them, but
now, Zipan may have gone down in that round, and they may have lost a lot of weaponry, but the trade-out is that he comes into this with a showstopper. Now, FPX is still going to play this as a bonus. Like, a lot of the time we've seen them reinvest into extra rifles when players have only been playing pistols, but that time it was a lot more costly of a round. Artis still looking to try and get a little bit cheeky with that headhunter, but the main man we need to keep an eye on is going to be that push coming out from Zipan. He's taken a lot of space early on in this round already.
Bring them down. Where are you?
FPX, so patient. They always are. And Team Liquid are trying here. They're spamming walls. They're thinking if there's no noise out of them and they've walled garage, they've got to be doing something. But no, this team is sat back. They're defaulting. They're waiting for contact. They know that Liquid are going to try something fishy, whether it's threading the needle with the player coming up behind, whether it's going to be faking it out. But now, as FPX finally rotate over to this A site, they start that stack up. Oh, there's only one player there. And now the others come back to fight. But one-to-one trades. Considering what FPX are bringing to the table, I think they're happy enough with that. Still a showstopper back pocket. If they can just keep making this round kind of close, Tom, that might get thrown in, and that could be the difference.
Yeah, they still have a couple of rifles to play with. Unfortunately, no one within this B site. Paranoia through. Showstopper actually utilized, but it's not going to kill off Dreamass. He survives in the corner. Yumpy with the late lurk as well is just going to manage to find another. Turn it into a very solid position now. Surprised they actually didn't throw the paint shells in here. They had the right idea onto Soulcast where he was going to be. And actually, Zipan's now caught another instead. Soulcast having to step up to the plate, and he will. Zipan just killed him with a blast pack. But thankfully, well, Yumpy is there on the other side. Neither team able to keep these rounds clean, but ultimately, I think Liquid will be happy with the round.
Yeah, I'm sure they will have gotten a little bit of a heart attack out of that one, but close as it may have become, and got there in the end. Yeah, great nade out of Zipan on the way by. He has just been so on point. A nade and a blast pack kill. All that was left to do was shoot someone with his weapon. But he couldn't get that one done this time around. 3 between them. Team Liquid, they're not that far behind. But they're not out of the danger zone just yet. Plenty of players on FPX invested up here. In fact, every single one. And there's players hurried up close. They know that there's still players outside of A. They're here in Sulcus jumping around. That's going to mean they don't push any further.
Zipan already in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if they expect Angel to be here, but he's actually caught shooting utility. Good isolation. It's another nade kill. I hope someone's keeping count. Nightfall already going to go through. This leaves Shao needing to hit instant shots, and although Navira was low, he gets nothing.
Artis and Sagetsu to clutch it. 2v4, Navera low HP, but this one ain't looking all too likely. Well, Dreamus is dead. So now it's looking a little bit more likely. Navera's got to be careful. So low, so easily dropped in this situation. There's a head peek for Heaven. He's being patient. He's not peeking out too wide, and his timing is absolutely perfect when he does. In fact, taking both of the remaining kills on his 11 health. Very nice. Yeah. 7 rounds for Liquid.
That's the thing. Navira there takes 3 duels with 11 HP and somehow manages to win all of them. I'm not sure that will be something that happens too regularly, but the man is performing to an incredibly high standard. In fact, it seems like a family day out right now for Liquid as both him and Scream top the board. And now, well, financially, things start to look a little bit more troublesome. Again, though, FPX not too far away from a couple of ultimates being online, so even a kill or 2 in this round, or even just falling and picking up some orbs could be enough. Nonetheless, see if they can get anything done here, especially against the tour de force of Navira.
Oh, they've cleared outside A short and seen nothing. Don't know about long. But this contact from Angel might cause an immediate rotation. Actually, that fight's about to go down on long. I think they've just seen each other. The rotation will come down with the ultimate. Okay, this is perfect. We saw this attempted before. Oh, and he's gotten all the way through, and he's now on the site. Very nice. C side is theirs.
TP'd into an aftershock, but hey, I think it must have been his teammates one, obviously.
I'd be impressed if it was FPX's aftershock.
Yeah, true.
I might call the admins.
Nonetheless, can they do any damage here? Already sat back in these afterplants. Liquid have looked stellar from this position so far. A lot of utility used onto Dreamas, but he will survive that a little bit longer. And obviously for Navira, there's not a whole lot to lose here. In fact, nothing to be lost at all. 9-8, Liquid again.
Let's start this party.
Already looking like both teams are going to have some early aggression in towards this A site. This could work wonderfully for Artis. He's got that operator online. Navira's already set up though. And actually Zipan's going to be the one to take the bullet for him. He's reclaimed that control, but that control isn't even being fought for anymore. In fact, Yumpy has instead found deep control over onto C. Now the res again is going to come through, but FPX have not done great at bringing these rounds back after the res. And especially with an afterplant looking quite likely here, it might be quite tough for the other side to break back in.
Yep, it's the right call, popping that showstopper, just keeping everybody back. You know, they're probably not going to go sprinting in on the back of the Nightmare, but now As the smokes dissipate, the kills come in, and they are constantly in favor of FPX. Again, the flank is going to be an issue they have to be wary of, but they are. Angel's locking it down. Not this time, he says. But the kill through the smoke, it stopped the defuse now halfway. A little more is needed. Angel's coming out to try and deal with these mid players. In fact, there's only one left, and it's Scream. They've tapped the defuse. He's got to swing out wide and check it. Angel takes him down before he can. There's the round. Double digits secured. FUNPLUS PHEONIX are finally back on the board. It's been a while.
Yeah, especially with the investment as well of Nightfall and also a showstopper. I feel like they needed to basically get something through in this round and managing to get it over the line. The thing is, though, there's still going to be plenty of finances for Liquid and...
Double up?
Yeah, it's double up and a tour de force.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that must have been
They
picked
saved
up.
them. Yeah, nobody invested.
That makes no sense. So it's something that Angel's definitely done before. So I don't think it's really that much of a weakness. But especially with the pace of some of these rounds from Liquid, it could definitely cause them a trouble. We've seen a fair few afterplants, or retakes, I should say, attempted by FPX. And with this weaponry, you ain't winning those.
Yeah, but it might be a little easier to retake if they can thin out the numbers, thin the herd on the way through. I think that's the objective here. Much more passive approach. This is to try to get them when they're actually peaking the angle. Doesn't happen. At least not in their... The kill doesn't go in their favor afterwards. Sagetsu's caught the corner, being revealed, being spammed on. In trouble. There's the shot from Artis. It's only one, though, and now he has to try to land that extra little wider angle. He's smoked off as well, and so is Sagetsu. Stuck inside it. Zipman comes to help, and he's swinging in for all the kills. Sagetsu hasn't moved a muscle, though. He's still inside this smoke. They're looking for him. They're trying to root him out. The smoke will disappear eventually, and that's when he gets dropped. Oh, no, it's come back into Team Liquid's hands. They've won it. After Zipman coming in with that double tom, I thought they had it, but I
think we need to see what Angel just did there, because I am almost certain he TP'd, pulled out a paranoia while looking at someone, threw the paranoia at them, and then they just ran away. Like, that was so weird. I'm pretty sure Angel had a free kill. I look where he TPs to in a sec if it's going to be in the replay. I'm pretty sure he was behind, like, at least one of the players. I'm pretty sure it was Navira. It was super... I don't know. Like, especially the way that ended, I think it was just a misplay. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Made through. It's caught him. Right on his tail. Great opening for Scream. Now Team... Not the greatest teleports. Now Team Liquid are through onto the site. And a little bit further. I don't know if he knows he has the spike. I don't know if he gives a damn. Is the other side of it.
He almost just got trapped in the open by Scream. He couldn't get past him.
That was one. I guarantee you. If they listen, Liquid, please release. The VOD. What the hell was that from Sagetsu? I guarantee if they release the VOD, that's just going to be Scream like screaming, like, "You have the bomb! You have the bomb! You have the bomb!" It's just like, come back. As soon as he goes in the corner. Oh my God, Shao. Here we go. The Sheriff kills.
Careful. Okay, thankfully Navira's there. 10-10. Scoreline equalized. Team Liquid's comeback is making its way through. Navira spearheading it, but the full squad has been performing to an incredibly high standard. And I'm just loving some of these fast-paced setups. Like the fact that they almost completely isolated Zipman in the last round. He's been by far the most impactful player for FPX so far. In fact, if you look at this scoreboard and think that it's 10-10, that sounds madness, but it's mostly because of that man.
A ludicrous series it has been. Couple rounds left to play for, and well, it's still all on the line. That matchup against Fnatic to be played for, and I do not know how Yumpy has walked up so long and killed Sagetsu. That has
died as well. Like, it's just such a weird angle for him to get a kill.
From the right corner as well. If he was on the left, I'd excuse it. The right, he walked into the open. Like, he just walked out on the seaside and went, "Oh, hey. How you doing?"
You can't even really blame your teammate either. Again, Navira. I feel like you almost have to get to the point where you go, okay, we can't really face A long anymore. This guy's just going to kill us every single time. Angel, half HP, still gets one. There shouldn't be any more from this, and Scream very quick to react. Keep this advantage firmly in Liquid's favor, and they've started to steamroll. They've started to race into these sites. Is there anything the remaining players can do to stop them? They already know where Xiao is, but they don't know where Ardis is.
Yeah, that flank has come through now all the way. They've got to try to spin and deal with him, and now Solkas has to do both. Already found the first, and he will not find any further success. Xiao ready and waiting to take the kill, defuse it up, and put 11 on the board for FPX. One step closer to closing this map out and this series out. They've had the chances. Team Liquid have never let them run away with it. There's always been that bit of fight left in them, and Tom, now the credits are really starting to run dry. We're seeing weaker weapons, but a tour de force in Nevera's hands. Scream close to that showstopper. This could be an interesting round.
There.
Yeah, it's basically a full buy. Like, Scream's the only person with anything missing. I would say I'd much rather him having like a Spectre or something, just with how fast pace he's been able to play and just almost catch players off this aggressive A long hold. They're going to go for a similar thing once again. Deep smoke, Prowler already giving them the information that there's nobody there, but they've tried this many a time, and in fact, after basically being shut down in a multitude of rounds, it looks like they've switched up the setup on that A site.
Well, the surprise element not quite going to be there. Ardis has been spotted up top, and he won't connect the shot. Down and out to the spawn as Team Liquid overrun and grab control of the site. Scream, I'm going to look for the spike here. Oh, no. Solkas is. Okay.
Already. Nightfall thrown in. Navira, though, has managed to isolate a duel, taking out Angel, getting rid of any smokes that they had, and Solkas can't hear anything. He's used to playing with his music on, but it won't matter. Trades back and forth. Yumpy's not going to check the corner. Gives Zipan a free kill. Even has a showstopper, but it is beautiful on the jump up. There's still an angle for Scream, though. They know exactly where he is. Showstopper, he won't be able to dodge that one. And Zipan, another triple to add to the collection. FPX, they hit 12, and they are one away.
Almost there. Are we getting the res here for economy? Run! The op. They've just about gotten the op through, bringing Ardis back to life at the last second. I really like that play, Tom, just because if you... I didn't fully check their economy. I'm assuming they can't afford it. Obviously, the res coming into the next round, you don't know if you're going to get to use that. You can try to orientate a plan, but...
This is nasty. It's like he corrected his aim in the air, ready for the angle. And it's like... It's just so filthy, because to do that on the fly and have it perfectly positioned for where you're about to land, it looks very clean and almost something that anyone can do, and it's just not true.
Yeah. Well, that operator's made its way into Angel's hands, interestingly. He has made his way to Garage, where he's trying to catch an angle on them making their way through, but they've already passed. Now they're looking at the B side again. They've had a lot of success here. That was not the play.
No, Zipan.
Wasn't even a smoke down either side.
Ready. Putting them in a pretty good position here. Looking for that retake. Navira wanting to try and take things into his own hands almost. But look at Ardis. He made this deep play. It could be 2 kills for free. No, it wasn't free. Somehow, Solkas has turned back. They're going to place the wall down. Nightfall once again utilized, but this time it is going in the favor of Liquid. A 2 versus 2. Another for Solkas. And now Angel is all that stands in their way.
Oh, there we go. Little tag. Angel gets the push through. He's caught Solkas going for halfway at least, but Navera's going to try to interrupt it, and he gets there in time. The round is won by Liquid. It's not going to fall out of their hands just yet, and they'll get to fight one more time. This one will get them to overtime. But Tom, it's been tough. It's been tough so far. This one might be the easiest, though. Rolling Thunder and a showstopper. And they ain't got anything all that powerful on the FPX side. It except for the tour de force.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've they got anything that powerful, except maybe the most powerful ult in the game right now. Yeah, and in Ardis's hands. It not in his crazy form, but luckily for them, Zipan has been. He's going to be left to lock down the A site, but this time, they're pushing the smoke. If they make a play through this, it might even just be for free, already waiting. But he's isolated, and Scream fires straight down to clear him out.
Huge opening from the Showstopper. Rolling Thunder still to play with. Xiao pressured out of that angle. They can't even hold as these players look to push up close to the judge. Not able to make it all the way, though. And the crossback watched for Solkas. He takes the fight right to them, sacrifices his life for the trade. The Rolling Thunder buys them extra time, but they have to peek into the tour de force, and that's always a problem. Halfway diffused already. Rolling Thunder now coming through. It's going to just about stop it. Good swing out of Dreamass, and there's the result. A quick kill. They don't really have anything to block this off now. Sagetsu left all alone. It's already half, but nobody can get it the rest of the way. Team Liquid have pushed us up to an over.
The lower bracket, it's not an easy game versus anyone.
Oh, for sure. We've had our days in the past in EMEA where there have been easy games. There have been, I'm not even going to say bad teams. There have been terrible teams before. But now we're in a great spot. Now,
Alliance.
All right, Tom. Don't watch your goddamn mouth. Now we're in a spot where absolutely anybody in these leagues seems to be able to, on a given day, turn up and beat the best. And that's what I want to see. Oh, look at Yumpy. He's here with the judge. If he goes any further, he's going to be caught. They literally have given Xiao the sole job of staring at that door for Yumpy to come through.
They want to go on a late lurk, though. They've left one player within the site in the form of Sagetsu. This is almost just a surprise, because I think most of the time you're going to just fall back completely. Zipan still wins the duel, so does Sagetsu. Up above is Scream, but he's managed to almost win the round on his own. He was left as the sacrificial lamb to try and just get a kill and disrupt them a little bit. Instead, Sagetsu still survives at the end, with Solcast finally putting him down, but it's too little too late. No time remaining, still utility to play with, and Solcast, well, try as he might, there is nothing he can do. FPX right back in with another map and series point.
They made that one look easy. You know, popping the smoke down, TPing through for the space, but those follow-up kills, Sagetsu just running through the site. He's been so impressive in some of the duels that he's winning. He just has these moments where it feels like his mechanics just get, like, his mechanic skill is doubled for the next 2 minutes. I don't know how he does it, but Zipan close to dropping the 30. I mean, no man has stepped it up as much and as frequently as this guy right here. And as he nears the 30 bomb, closing out this overtime, just one round needed for FPX. Put this one to bed and lock in their matchup up against Fnatic, a team that, well, they have faced many a time in the past. They are familiar with this team. Oh, here we go. Paranoia through already. It's going to be a big push. I don't know how this guy does it.
Yeah, maybe the most aggressive Sage we've ever seen, but he's managed to already cause huge issues. That Paranoia combo dropping the spike, and now, well, there's time for Liquid. That's something on their side. But that spike is completely surrounded. You can see very small gaps that could potentially give them some space. Maybe if they can isolate the duel versus Angel, which they do, but it's a trade almost instantaneous. And the remaining two players in mid, well,
stun.
They're almost hoping for a mistake.
This is a perfect stun coming through from Dreamass. If he hits it, he'll catch both players on the way through, but I think he's going for backside instead. Oh, no, sorry. He's looking at the window for now. They were waiting. I see him with utility. It's an aftershock to start with. Oh, if the fault line went down, it would have been perfect.
Oh, he got it!
Okay. That's about as good as it gets. That's what they were waiting for.
Yeah, they set up the TP, and that just allows Navera to escape. But, well, I think they've only escaped for so long. A 2 versus 4. Plant handed over to give them something, and Sagetsu comes in from behind. This man, again,